So we're gonna start with the definition of big data. Big data is a phrase used to mean a massive volume of both structured and unstructured data that is so large it is difficult to process using traditional database and software techniques. In most enterprise scenarios, the volume of data is too big, or it moves too fast, or it exceeds current processing capacity. Big data has the potential to help companies improve operations and make faster, more intelligent decisions. The data is collected from a number of sources including emails, mobile devices, applications, database, servers, and other means. This data, when captured, formatted, manipulated, stored, and then analyzed, can help a company to gain useful insight to increase revenues, get or retain customers, and improve operations.
So let's talk about the characteristic of a big data. There is 4 characteristics of a big data, which is a volume, a velocity, variability, and variety. Okay, we know that big data is a really big data. So the name itself is related to the size. The volume is a one characteristic which needs to be considered while dealing with big data. Okay, what's about the variety? Variety is actually referred to the heterogeneous of the source or the nature of the data. So both of it is unstructured and structured. So how fast the data is being generated and processed to meet the demands is actually the real potential in the data. So we know that big data velocity is actually deal with the speed. The last characteristic of a big data is variability. Variability actually refers to the inconsistency which can be shown by the data at the time. So thus this hampering the process of being able to handle and manage the data efficiently.
So the biggest problem facing organization is how to get the value from this data. Only 27% of the executive survey describe their big data initiative as successful. This indicates that there is a huge gap between the theoretical knowledge of a big data and actually putting this theory into a practice.
So we're going to cover the 3 major issues of a big data, which is inaccurate data, technology move too fast, and the last one is the lack of skilled workers.
According to a recent report from Experian Data Quality, there is 75% of business believe that their customer contact information is incorrect. If you have got a database full of incorrect data, you might as well have no data at all. Large corporations are more prey to data silos for such reason as they prefer to keep their database on-premise, and because decision-making about new technology is often slow. Gemini report is that startups like telcos and utilities are noticing high level of disruption from new competitors moving in from other sector. This issue was mentioned by over 35% of respondents in each of these industries, compared with an overall average of under 25%. In essence, traditional players are slower to move on technology advance and are finding themselves faced with serious competition from smaller companies because of this. Capgemini report found that 37% of companies have trouble finding skilled data analysts to make use of their data. The best bet is to form one common data analysis team for the company, either through reskilling your current worker or recruiting new workers specialized in big data.
So everyone, for 2015, there is top big data issue. Okay, there is 48% of a limited availability of skilled employee, 47% of limited budget, and 40% of legal issue. So all of the issues that occurs in the big data, we know that doesn't mean the weakness of the security. So there is 77% of the organizations say that data security never has been compromised due to the influx of data. And there is another 66% of the organizations feel confident that their security solution protect their company data.
As mentioned before, big data is the amount of the data that is too large or beyond our current technologies to handle. Or in other words, it could be the amount of the data that is beyond our limits. As far as you know, there might be some challenges faced while handling with big data. So today, I'm going to share with all of you about those challenges for handling with big data. So, first thing first, data growth. Data growth means the increasing of the data every year, every month, every day, or it could be every second. A study has been conducted to analyze the amount of data growth, and it is found that the amount of data is exponentially increased these days. Can you imagine how big the amount of the data is? Today, we can simply access data or store data. Unstructured data such as image, audio, video, or even social media is doubling every 2 years. Unstructured data is not belong to any database in IT's world. A large storage is also needed to keep the informations that are associated with big data. This is why the data keeps growing every single day. Technologies such as deduplication or compression should be done to reduce the space of the storage. The next one is data security. Data security means protective measures that need to be applied to prevent from unauthorized access to any database or any computers. Usually, big data is kept in a platform where all consumers can access it freely and easily. Unfortunately, when the data is kept in one place, some security issues might rise because we don't know where the data comes from. As all of you know, big data comes from a wide range of sources. Some of the sources could be trusted to secure the data, while some of the sources couldn't be trusted. The sources that cannot be trusted might lead to the risk of exposure, where it makes the data is vulnerable. We, as a consumer, should know which websites are safe to access and which websites are being compromised. Once we take a wrong step, it might give a chance for a hacker to move in, which makes the data that we keep are not safe anymore. Last but not least, data integrity. Data integrity means the consistency or the accuracy of the data stored in a database. Analyze the data first according to the format, so that it is easier to find or locate the data in a database. If the data comes from different sources, it is hard to make a report. That is why integration technology is needed to solve this problem.
Okay guys, today I'm going to explain about the advantages of implementing the big data. So I had underlined the 3 major advantages. So let's start. The first advantage is informed decision making. Okay. For example, if a marketing team has information that a certain family buy the same product every single month, it can send discounts. It can send discounts for the same product through digital or physical mailing to ensure the customer is stay faithful.
Okay, the second advantage is reduced cost. Data generated from or for a company are stored, processed and analyzed, resulting in finding important business insight or the identification of the gaps and error. Okay, so the third advantage is possibility to predict the future. Usually, in big data, there are three types of analysis that can be carried out and complement each other. Okay, so the first analysis is descriptive analysis. This analysis is usually describe what is happening in real situation. The second analysis is predictive analytic, which is this type of analysis predict what might happen in the future, relying on the statistic and the algorithm. Okay, so the last analysis is prescriptive analytic. This analysis is based on optimization, simulation algorithm, machine learning and computational algorithm.
First step of implementing big data is start slow. Begin with a proof of concept or pilot project. Choose an important area where you want to improve your decision making, but one that won't greatly impact. Let this initial answer the business problem you are trying to solve. The project should be operationalized only after the findings have been proven valuable and feasible from the point of view of your business model, meet compliance demands, and are technologically sound. The second step is collaborate with your project objectives in mind. Data teams and business units must work together to meet your business goal. Data scientists represent analysis units using data and models, and they are expected to understand what the business users are trying to achieve. Conversely, business leaders should have at least a high-level understanding of what the business can achieve and cannot achieve with data. The third step is have all the right data. Sometimes it's not possible to answer particular questions because the data is not available. Even the data is available, enterprises aren't always sure they are asking the right questions. Your project must deliver measurable results that have an impact. And that means having the right data and leveraging the data effectively. You can run very sophisticated regression and build very complex models that can be very exciting. The fourth step is don't skew the results. Human tendencies and non-representative data sets tend to skew results and lead to incorrect conclusions. It's important to make sure your data is not skewed towards a subset, because even if you have a lot of data, it may not represent the entire set. If not, you are not representing your entire set, your conclusion will not be accurate. The last step is understand big data's impact on your information architecture. Big data implementations can impact organization enterprise architecture in multiple ways. For example, many organizations have standardized hardware, DBMS, and analytic platforms, which not be sufficient to handle the volume, velocity, or variety of information, nor the information processing demanded by big data. CIOs and CTOs need to be open to innovative forms of processing and hybrid approaches to accommodate the variety of data, structured and unstructured, internal and external. Furthermore, the size, speed and range of data sources may need to manage will likely mean the data need to be physically co-located. In these scenarios, a logical data warehouse, approach may be more appropriate because it can provide analytics or near real-time data and without limiting data to pre-built structures of data warehouses, persistent data store.
In a conclusion, the availability of big data has become a great moment in the history of data analysis. The convergence of this trend means that we are capable to analyze a big data. So, thank you for spending your time to watch our video, and we hope that you guys enjoy it as much as we do. So, don't forget to give a big thumbs up if you like our video, and till next time, bye!